If you do buy a truck, there are things you need to know before you build or customize your truck.
Usually when people come to us and they're not familiar with the whole kitchen process and what a line kitchen is, they're usually leaving our facility with a lot more questions because they sit down with me, I interview them, and I'm asking all these questions about what's your menu, what's your line, do you know your equipment, are you left-handed, right-handed, do you want deep fryers on your left, deep fryers on your right, how are you going to handle the food? So they start thinking about all this stuff and they're like, you know what, it's really more complex than just saying, oh, I want a food truck. Really all the food trucks that we build are custom to the specific customer. So I don't have no cookie cutter trucks. I don't have a truck where people can just walk in and say, I'll take it. Everything is built to their menu, their specs, health department regulations, the state, the county. So usually if they're not really familiar with the concept of how complex a truck could be, they're leaving with a lot more questions, and they're going to have to really sit down and analyze what their menu is, how do I want my kitchen to be laid out since it's a custom kitchen. For people that really want to get involved in this food truck business, the things that you need to know, is your menu. You need to know exactly what your menu is, not just say, I want to do hamburgers. There's really more to it than say, oh, I want to do hamburgers. What toppings, what flavors, what French fries, what sides, everything. You really have to be really specific when it comes to a menu, as precise as possible, because you can say I want to do hamburgers, but I don't want to do French fries. So we don't need to put a deep fryer in there. So you really have to really be very specific when it comes to a menu. That's the first thing you need to do. Once you have your menu down and exactly everything that's going to be on that menu, then you need to start thinking about equipment. What equipment am I going to need to create this menu? And again, the trucks that we build now, there's really no limitations on what we could put in the truck. The same stuff that you can see in restaurants, we're putting on these trucks. There's really no limit to what we could put in that truck, from salamanders, vertical broilers, ovens, deep fryers, you name it, we could do it. DirecTV units, satellite dish, speakers, radios. We've done some crazy stuff. So really, the limitation is on you, on what you want on your truck. And of course, the budget. The budget is the most important, because if you can't afford to do a DirecTV system, then we could take that out of the quote. But again, this is stuff like speakers, video cameras. That's stuff that could be added later after the build is done. Again, the most important thing for a truck is the kitchen. So do you really need a DirecTV system on your truck? Not really. But the advantage is that once that truck is on the street and it's making money, you could come back and we could do a TV, a satellite dish, and add components such as like speakers, music, TV, satellite. So the most important thing is what's inside the truck, which is the kitchen, which ultimately is what's going to make you the money. We build a lot of trucks for a lot of chefs, and based on their information to us and their experience, we've actually gotten to know how important a line kitchen is.